In the last reading, one of the topics was to introduce you to navigating the file structure via command line. In this lab exercise, we'll get some hand-on experience with that. Alright, for this lab, we should start with a fresh terminal window. The reason I'm saying that is I want to make sure we're all starting at the same place in the path. Remember, when you're navigating the file system via the command line, you have your prompt to give you an idea where you are and your imagination to fill in the blanks. Okay? So, we're parked in our home directory. If we do an ls-l, we can see that. We can also do a pwd, and that shows us the fully qualified path to our home directory. You can navigate anywhere from anywhere in the system by using a fully qualified path. For instance, I can go cd space / meaning I'm beginning at the root, home, John, documents, service, parts, used. Well, there's what happens when you type wrong. You get an error saying no such file or directory. The reason we had this error, no such file or directory, is because somebody, namely me, spelled documents wrong. I could retype the whole line, or I could use the handy up arrow, which recalls the last line, and I can use the left arrow, documents. I made a mistake, but now I'm there. Notice I didn't have to retype the whole line because I used the up and down arrows. If I arrow up continually, I will go through all the last previous commands that I used. Sometimes it actually carries over into sessions. If you look at that, you can see the commands we did in the last lab. cd service, make directory service, and okay, those were all commands from the previous lab. At any rate, we want to do an ls-l, and we see the file we made in the last lab. Now, suppose I want to navigate back one folder. Well, that's very easy. All I do is cd space ... and I just navigated back from the document service parts used to document service parts. If I want to navigate back two directories, I can go cd space ... Now that should put me back two directories in the documents folder. Now, there's also a handy shortcut. Suppose you're somewhere very strange in the system. I'll go even at root. I'm parked at root. No matter where I am, I want to go back to my home folder. cd space tilde. And pwd confirms that it immediately put in my home directory. So cd space tilde is a good shortcut to know. Okay, now we are in our home folder because the path part of the prompt, after it says John at John-desktop, : and then the path is shown after the colon, which is simply tilde, which is my home folder. If I want to navigate down into the parts used directory, I don't have to go all the way back to root. I can just go cd space documents. Note I am leading off the leading /, which means it is not a fully qualified path, it's a relative path. Documents service / parts / used. And I am there. So to navigate forward, you simply type the path beginning with the next directory going down without a leading /. So you're going away from the root. A fully qualified path, as we showed earlier, this one, I'll just use my trusty up arrow key to get back to that command. There's my bad one with the misspelled documents. There's the one with document spelled right. So of course that works, because I entered a fully qualified path, and a fully qualified path will always work from no matter where you're parked, because it goes back to root, like going back to your home before you go to the grocery store, or going back to your home before you go to the drugstore. So you're not using you're using the fully qualified path, not the relative path. How'd you make out? That was pretty interesting, wasn't it? Now, be sure to follow the detailed instructions below and perform this lab exercise yourself.